Alright guys, we're out here. It's about 6 in the morning. It's beautiful this morning. It's been raining off and on all week, getting a lot of storms rolling through. That bank over there is where I was catching the crappie on early videos, but it's a little later in the year. No live bait today, only have lures. I'm gonna fish around this point up here. It's the biggest point on the lake. Then I don't know if they're showing up or not, but there's some buoys over there. There's a big rock pile. Usually a good spot to load up on the white bass, or sandies as they call them down in Texas. So seeing a lot of activity on the surface. I'm gonna get the kayak out, give it a go. Stay tuned. All right.
Sonar's not working right.
This is what we're starting out with today, the knockoff rattle trap. Let's toss her out, see what happens. We're right on the edge of a rock pile right here. Right over the top of this big rock pile here. That's what these buoys are around. And seen what looked like some sandies hitting the shad up at the top on the back side of it here. So I'm just going to slowly work my way over there, let the kayak drift. Trying to stay out of these guys over here's way. Sounds like they just missed one. All right, we're on another one. Another solid white bass, absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed this swim bait here. I'm gonna get him on the stringer, but all right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw these guys on the stringer while we have a little lull in the action. Little bluegill was just vertical jigging through here. Might have to figure something else out, I think, because well, there's carp splashing everywhere, but Man, I've been out here for like 2 hours now. We got those 2 white bass and they just, bite just quit, so might go, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but gonna have to change something. Alright, we gotta get a little bit closer. We gotta be careful not to spook them though. If we spook them, it'll be over. Alright, this is about as close as I want to get. Another beautiful sandy right there, perfect, about average size. These things are good eating. Sand bass, white bass, depends on where you are. Let's keep on going. Swam out of there. My fish swam out of here because this thing's junk, but there's more in front of us. Let's go. Look at all these bobbers on this branch here, guys. Just so many of them. Let's see here. Ooh, we like this. It's a chunk of nasty old chicken, I think. Hell yeah, that's a score right there. Man, we're not super happy. See that, guys? Straight in front of us, all that splashing. That's white bass attacking shad. We gotta get over there. All right, guys. We were on again. I don't know if I'm still on him. Doesn't really feel like it. Oh, we are. We are. He's just a little guy. Got us another one. This is a reason right here why I like those swimbaits better, because they get more hook sets, but damn, they're hard to get out sometimes. These trebles, I hate treble hooks. There we go. See if we can keep this one in the boat. Hope this guy turns. Can't tell. I thought I felt a bite. I think if I got one, it's another small one. Now he's just coming towards me. He's growing up a little bit. There we go. Not a bad one. Something that always gets me about these white bass is, look at that. Absolutely just practically swallowed. This fish isn't even that big. Practically swallowed this lure here. I went back to the swimming bait. I can cast it farther and it's getting me more bites. God. Ugh. All right, so there he is. Pretty average size. Ugh. Fix our swim bait. Keep on fishing. Let's see. I need to get more out in the middle a little bit. Well, they are in here and they are feeding, but it's a lot harder to chase them around in a kayak than in a bass boat that me and my dad were doing down in Bridgeport, Texas this spring. And well, we loaded up on them. And that's what we were using, was these, they're just the cheap H2O Express Academy Sports swim baits, the white one. I don't know if a different color would be better here or not, but it's what I got, so it's what I'm using. General rule, these white bass, you can usually reel pretty fast. They're used to chasing down and eating stuff, so you know, they will bite a slow moving crappie bait sometimes, but a lot of the time they don't care about chasing stuff. Let's see here, where's that school at? I think they're out over there somewhere. Oh, I just missed one. Alright guys, it's been a minute. Got us another one now. It seems like it's a little nicer. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's pulling the boat around even. Oh, not bad, not bad. Once again, practically swallowed this swimming bait here. Oh yeah. Not a bad one, about average. Once again, these are good eating though, so we're keeping a few. Probably gonna be lunch today. Alright, well, we're waiting for the school to pop back up. I want to take a minute to talk about this rod here. And as you see, it's about the cheapest Walmart combo you can get. I think I paid $10 for it. South Bend worm gear, whatever that is. It says it's a medium action, 5'6". It says line weight 6 to 14. Lure weight 3/16 to ½ an ounce. Made in China. So yeah, it's a cheap Chinese rod. I got 8-pound Berkeley Trilene big game mono on there. And then this is just a, I believe it's a big bite baits, 1/4 ounce. I don't know, I think it's a shaky head weight, not really sure. I'm using it on this just because the hook size is about right and it's long enough. And man, when they're biting, when you can get it right in front of one of these white bass, they don't care. You can use pretty much any jig head as long as it's the right size. A lot bigger hook than you'd think they need, but they still choke it down. So you can catch them on smaller stuff than this. Like I've caught plenty of them on crappie jigs and minnows and stuff, but you don't have to do that. But I guess the point I'm trying to make here is, and I guess kind of the point in all my videos is, you don't have to have a lot of money to catch fish. You can fish with the cheapest stuff you can afford and still catch fish. And at the end of the day, catching fish is what it's all about, at least in my mind. So anyway, that's just my... Alright guys, we are back at the house, and I think we're going to do a little sand bass tacos for lunch. So, sand bass tacos, I'm going to show you how to clean them, show you how I make them. Let's do it. Alright, so I've already done the first two. I had that first, I know I caught 4 today, but I only took home 3. The first one I caught, I realized that when I was paddling my kayak with the basket in the water, the spring's so weak that the lid was opening up, so the first one got out, which, you know, it's alright. But got this guy right here, so it's pretty similar to the crappies. Just fillet them. So what I like to do, there's a little bone that sticks out right there that I like to try to get behind. And these, like the walleyes, this right here is pretty sharp. This gill plate's really sharp. You gotta watch that. And then there's a pokey, pointy, sharp piece right here you gotta watch out. So right here, that's sharp, that can cut you. That right there, that's sharp, that can cut you. And then, of course, they gotta have the spiky fins like everything seems to around here. So anyway, what I do, right behind the head, just like a crappie, or anything else really. Okay, flip them over again. Get all the way down to the spine. Kind of flip your knife back around and come out. And just kind of keep it leaning down, angled down, so you can and kind of ride that bone there all the way to the back. And then what I like to do at this point, kind of open them up a bit, go down again like that, one more time, there we go. And then we'll come up that way, up the front, and then our knife at an angle like that, come through with it kind of going down like that. You want to come out right at the base of that fin, about halfway through, and then I'll just, with the knife angled down a little bit but still mostly flat, just like that. We'll come back in. Missed a big chunk right there, oops. And just right along the edge of those ribs. And these have almost no belly meat on them. You don't really have to worry about getting too much of it, because there's a tiny bit there, but it's very minimal unless you got a real big one. So we're just going to cut this off and leave it at that. Flip him over, get the other side, same deal. Alright, so there's the other side. Get rid of that. Alright, so now we got our fillets here. And just like everything else, make our knife a little longer because it works better. And then hold this part down with a spoon. And we'll just ride along that skin. And on these, ideally you want to leave just a little bit of meat on the skin because they got a red meat bloodline that doesn't taste very good. So you can see I was able to get a little bit of it to stay on the skin side, but most of it is still on the fillet. So we'll take care of that real quick too. We're also got to take care of some pin bones because we're making tacos. You really don't want to bite into a bone eating tacos. So I flip it back over, feel for the pin bones. They're right in here, right at the top of the ribs. So I'll go behind them and I'll make a cut all the way through. And then if you see, we're right on where the majority of that red meat is. So we'll take this cut and we'll just follow it through again. And if you notice, I'm not cutting straight down. I'm cutting at an angle like this, about a 45, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician, but yeah, get through something like that. And if all goes well, you'll be left with something like this. A little bit of red meat on there. Here, we'll just kind of take our knife and keep it pretty flat and just kind of shave that off like so. And that's that half of the fillet. That's what we're left with, all white. That's good meat there. Seen it has some scales on it. We'll have to wash it pretty good before we cook it. So anyway, we'll come back to our other piece here. So we have all the pin bones in here and the red meat. So all you do on this piece, same deal, cut at an angle about like that. And if this were a bigger one that had more belly meat, this would be a bigger piece, but so then we can just take this little sliver here, work that little bit of red off of there. And if you don't get every last bit of red meat off, it's not the end of the world, but I like to get as much as I can off of it. So there we go. Alright guys, we're back from the store, and we're going to go ahead and I think I'm going to make some pico before I get my fish going here. Pico, super easy, great for fish tacos. Just, you know, the fish don't take very long to cook, so I like to get all my veggies ready first. So, make some pico. Get a jalapeno. If you don't like spicy, you don't have to use jalapeno, but I love jalapeno, so I'm going to get the seeds out of it. Make sure you wash your hands good after doing this and don't rub your eyes or anything, because, well, that juice don't be feeling good, you know. Our cilantro. Set that to the side. Get our tomato. Get the stem out of it. take our lime, whole lime's worth of juice. And then I just wash my hands, and I'm the only one eating it, so I'm putting my hands in it. But then you just got to get it mixed up nice and good. And yeah, I'm making a mess, I know. Okay, so we'll just let that sit. And as it sits, the lime juice will kind of soak in, and it'll have some nice flavor when we're done. So let's get this stuff out of the way. Weber, no barking. What are you doing? What are you doing? Weber, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? You gotta be quiet when we're filming, okay? Alright, got a second bowl out here. We're gonna cut up some cabbage in there. You can use lettuce if you want, but whenever I've had fish tacos at a Mexican restaurant, they've always given me cabbage with it. Weber! Sorry, my dog is going nuts right now. He's a good boy though. We still love him. Alright guys, so I had my fish in a little bowl of water in the fridge while I was at the store. So let's go ahead. I always like to lay down a paper towel. Let me get a second towel, and I dry the top off. I really like to get as much of the excess water off as I can. And here we go. Little bit of salt. Little bit of pepper. Garlic powder. Cumin. Cayenne, not too much. Chili powder. Kind of went a little heavy on that, but it'll be alright. And you can flip them over and season the other side, but I got enough on there, so I'm not going to. Alright, let's get our skillet hot. Do about a medium high. Just going to hit it with a little olive oil spray. Alright guys, it's been probably 5 or 6 minutes. Our pan's getting hot. Let's go ahead and drop the fish in. As you can see, them 3 little fish filled up most of this little skillet here, so I'm going to be having a good lunch. I'll let them sit there for a minute or two, and then I'll flip them. And as you can kind of see, now that they've been in there for, I don't know, probably 30 seconds or so, you know, I patted off a ton of water with those towels, but all that moisture come out of them, so no matter how much you pat them off, you're still going to have excess moisture in the skillet. So that's why I always dry them really good. Okay, so they've been cooking, probably about a minute. I'm going to go ahead and give them a flip here. You can see a lot of it's already starting to get done, but these thicker pieces aren't done yet. And I want to let a lot of that excess moisture kind of evaporate out of there. I'm actually going to turn. All right, so right there is how we want that to be. It's all, and once it's starting to get cooked, I start breaking it up and stirring it all together just to make it a little more, you know, make it go on the taco a little better. And as you can see, that's starting to look really, really good. Alright, so once you got it done and on the plate, this is your finishing touch right here. Get you a lime. Just squeeze a little bit of that juice on there. You don't need a whole lot, but definitely want to get some of that lime flavor in there. And fairly sure y'all know how to put a taco together. Alright guys, let's give it a shot. Can't go wrong, man. Tell you what, them sandies, the sand bass, they are the perfect fish to make into these tacos. Their meat, they have this light white meat, but it doesn't just fall apart like a crappie or a bluegill would. And it's got just the right consistency, and you know, it takes flavor just as good as any of those other fish do. So it's one of my favorite ones to make tacos out of. I make them out of bluegills too. You can make them out of walleyes, pike. You can make them out of anything, any kind of white meat fish you can make the tacos out of. But you know, these sandies are one of my favorite ones to do it with. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to thank you for watching. It means a whole lot. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this and don't want to miss any. I'm gonna keep them coming as best as I can. So again, thanks for watching and have a good night.